Small Business Report, powered by PNC Bank. Your weekly access to all the tools you need to succeed. Stay tuned for expert advice from business owners, subject matter experts, and government agencies. Each week, you'll learn tips on how to start, grow, and finance your business. The Small Business Report is supported by the DC Small Business Development Center, a partnership program nationally accredited by the Association of America's SBCDs and funded in part by the U.S. Small Business Administration, Howard University, with Howard University serving as the network's headquarters. Stay tuned. Coming up next, your host, Carl Brown, State Executive Director of the District of Columbia Small Business Development Center.
Hi, this is Jermaine Johnson, Regional President for PNC Bank. At PNC, we believe that we play an important role in building strong, vibrant, more self-reliant communities. Our responsibility to help drive meaningful change has never felt more important than in this moment. Visit pnc.com/diversity to learn more. The PNC Financial Services Group, Inc., all rights reserved.
Hello, this is Carl Brown, host of the Small Business Report on SiriusXM Channel 141, HUR Voices. Every Thursday at noon, we bring you the stories of small business owners and subject matter experts that can help you start, grow, or sustain your business. Please be sure to tune in every Thursday at noon on SiriusXM Channel 141, HUR Voices to hear the Small Business Report.
Dealing with car repairs can feel like a lose-lose situation. The hassle, the headaches, the cost, it's just too much. That's why I called CarShield. They're helping me save time and money. It's a win-win. CarShield's administrators make everything super easy. They handle the paperwork and expensive payments so I don't have to. CarShield saves me thousands and I get to choose the mechanic to do the work. CarShield's administrators take care of the rest. Plans from CarShield even provide coast-to-coast roadside assistance, rental coverage, and trip reimbursement, all at no additional charge. CarShield has monthly coverage options to fit your budget, and they've helped over 1 million drivers. CarShield is a win-win. They help get me back on track when I'm in a pinch, and I'm not on the hook to pay thousands. Get coverage today and see why CarShield cars go farther. Visit carshield.com/report to save 10%. That's carshield.com/report. A deductible may apply.
Welcome to the Small Business Report here on SiriusXM, Channel 141, powered by PNC Bank. Folks, we got a show for you today. If you want to learn about what's going on at Comcast, we have Stacy Burnette coming in. She is the Senior Director of Government and Regulatory Affairs over at Comcast. They have been a great business partner to the small business community for many years, and they're not just a TV show provider. They do a lot of stuff for the small business community. So you definitely want to hear about what they have going on, the kinds of services and programs that they have. So please stay tuned to that. Then on the bottom half of the show, we're going to have the Gem Hunter, a gemologist by the name of Barry Mixon. And he will discuss what a gemologist is and what a storyteller is, because Barry is a master storyteller. So, folks, you've heard the words cut, clarity, carrot, and color. Now you're going to find out what it is and what a gemologist does. So we got HU and IS 72 in the house. So we're going to enjoy both of them, Stacy Burnette and Barry Mixon. But, folks, don't forget, if you need some assistance with your small business, go to dcsbdc.org or America's with an S, SBDC.org, and you will be able to sign up for free confidential counseling, not one time, not 100 times, but every time you need it. America's with an S, SBDC.org or DCSBDC.org. We'll be right back after these messages.
When you need to reach, teach, or engage your target market to enhance your desired results, this is where entertainment meets education. The Holloway Media Group will help you create, distribute, and edit your multimedia productions. Let our experts provide talent development advice and assistance using media to improve productivity of your workforce. We'll develop a customized program to meet your unique needs. We have your media solutions. Visit hollowaymedia.com for more information.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, are you a small or mid-sized business? Let bdpatoday.com help you leverage emerging technologies and digital innovations to transform your business.
bdpatoday.com will highlight your organization's innovations, solutions, and success stories. Let bdpatoday.com publish your branded videos, blogs, and photos to a national tech industry audience and assist with your awareness building campaign. With bdpatoday.com, you can network with qualified and certified tech professionals and get access to developers, gamers, hackers, and interns to join your team for short or long-term projects.
Visit bdpatoday.com for true digital transformation that will drive competitive advantage to your organization.
That's bdpatoday.com.
Tune in to the Skin Deep Show with host Sharon Morton as she engages your senses and examines the issues affecting Black skin and its treatment in every facet of life, from beauty, health, and wellness to social injustice and mass incarceration. It's a show designed to stimulate your mind, body, and soul. Don't miss it. The Skin Deep Show, every Friday at 5:30 p.m. and Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on SiriusXM Channel 141 HUR Voices.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on SiriusXM Channel 141, powered by PNC Bank. Folks, PNC has business checking, business credit cards, merchant services, lending, savings, and you can do it online and mobile. Check out PNC Bank for your banking services. So, like I said, we're going to bring you Stacy Burnette, the Senior Director of Government and Regulatory Affairs for Comcast. Hey, Stacy, come on in. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Carl. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's good to see you.
Oh, it's great to be on your show. Thank you so much for allowing me an opportunity to speak to all of your listeners.
You are so welcome. You know, HU.
Howard University, you know.
You know. So, Stacy, what is Comcast doing to help small businesses?
Okay, that's going to be, it's not going to be a short answer because we're doing so much good work in the communities where we provide our products and services. And so in 2020, we were all in the throes of a pandemic, trying to figure things out. And Comcast recognized that small businesses, particularly those owned by people of color, were really being hit hard. So many businesses had to close their doors. So many businesses had to reduce the number of staff members they had just to keep operations going. And some had to pay their employees a fraction of what they were paying them prior to the pandemic. And so we're aware that certain communities have been marginalized for years. And so Comcast created what's called the RISE program. And RISE stands for Representation, Investment, Strength, and Empowerment. And the purpose of the program is to provide help in terms of support, investment, and assistance in these communities that have been hardest hit. And so what we do with small businesses who win who are recipients of the RISE Award, we give them marketing, technology, and advertising support. So for an example, if we have a winner that we send our consultants in and figure out what that business needs most, we might determine, you know what, you're not reaching many people. Let us help you create a commercial and we'll show it on our platform. And so we just analyze. Excuse me?
You can't beat that.
It's incredible. It really is incredible. And we've had over 4,000 recipients of the RISE Award since we began this program. And they've come from 422 cities in 34 states. And we provide our services in 40 states in the United States. And so anyone in any of those areas where we provide our products and services, if you're a small business and the owners of the business are people of color, we encourage you, please go to ComcastRise.com and apply.
That's right. Say it again, because that is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's the RISE program, and you can find information about the program at ComcastRise.com. That's ComcastRise.com.
All right. Now, are there any restrictions, or let's go back for a second. What are the qualifications for the RISE investment?
So you have to have a business in one of the areas where we provide our products and services. So let's say Washington, D.C., for example. Your business can't be in Canada. It has to be in Washington, D.C., if that's where you are. And you can have between 1 and 25 employees. So that means if you have 2 employees, that's perfect. If you have up to 24, that's perfect. And then there are certain organizations that we've deemed not eligible for this program. We want this program for profit-making entities.
Okay.
So nonprofits don't qualify, marijuana dispensaries, religious organizations, political organizations. There's certain organizations that don't apply. And we have all that information on our website at ComcastRise.com.
Wow, that is worth it, folks. I mean, you guys need to go check out the website, see if you qualify, put in the application, Now, are there any restrictions on how the grant can be spent by the business owner?
No restrictions. We leave that up to the business owner to spend the money in a way that they deem is necessary to keep their business going. And I wanted to say something else that I know is often an impediment when people are applying for grants. Automatically, people get thoughts of, it's probably a long application process. It's going to take me 3 hours to finish the application, and I'm going to have to present all this paperwork. It's not that in this case. We did everything in our power to make it a really simple application process with minimal documentation required. So please go to ComcastRise.com and check it out, and you will finish that application quickly.
Okay, because I was going to ask you to describe the application process, because, like you said, a lot of people, as soon as they hear application and go, oh, my God, they get the jitters. And, we just went through the whole EIDL and the PPP process through the CARES Act funding, and a lot of people didn't qualify because they didn't have their financial house in order. They didn't pay their taxes and all kind of crazy things. But then you heard about all these other people that qualified that didn't even have businesses. So, that was something else. So can you just describe what the process is like? How long would it take to from start to finish?
Yeah, our goal was to make it a process that could be finished in about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. And again, minimal documentation required. And what we've heard overwhelmingly from our winners, people who've received one of these RISE awards, is that the application is super simple. That's what we've heard from so many of our winners. And thank you for that application. It was so simple. So maybe people are tired from all of those PPP loan applications, asking for a whole bunch of things, but this one is relatively simple.
Oh yeah, we asked for your firstborn and the leg and the arm as well. And the thing is that even the fraudsters got money, and then people that really needed it didn't. But, that's being worked out with the Inspector General and all that, because they well-funded the grant / loan pool, but they also well-funded the Inspector General. They gave him $75 million. So, folks getting a knock at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, did you get a PPP loan or EIDL loans? We keep reading about them in the paper. So you stated that the RISE investment funds were available in DC, but where else are they available?
So what I just shared with you about the technology, marketing, and advertising support is available anywhere where we provide our services. So again, that's in 40 states. What's associated with the RISE program, which was newly created in 2021, because the RISE program began in 2020, but we were interfacing with all of these business owners, and it became apparent that many needed financial support.
Yes.
And so in 2021, we created the RISE Investment Fund. And the purpose of the fund is to provide financial support to businesses, small businesses owned by people of color. And so we have our first round of giving occurred in Philadelphia, Detroit, Chicago, and Atlanta. And then our second round was focused in Washington, D.C., Miami, Houston, Oakland, Seattle, and Minneapolis. And so in those cities, we offered 100 small businesses owned by people of color $10,000 grants. So in those cities, we highly encourage people apply for those grants. And we are considering opening it up in some other cities, but we determined these were some of the hardest hit cities in the United States in terms of the pandemic, those cities I just named.
And they were. And on top of just the pandemic hitting in Minneapolis, they had the whole George Floyd situation as well. So, and a lot of those businesses were put out of business because of the rioting and all that went on. Because I remember seeing an elderly woman saying, wow, they took out my laundromat and my supermarket, with the riots. And she was able to walk to both of them. And so that's, people don't understand that these events have consequences on the small business community.
Definitely.
And the people that live there, because I felt really bad when that lady said I was able to walk to the supermarket and the laundromat to do a laundry. And that reminded me of my grandmother. She used to walk in her 90s to the supermarket. And that was, because that's what kept her alive. I mean, she really liked to go to the supermarket. And that, that was something that it really hurt me.
Yeah.
But folks, we'll be right back after these messages. But hey, stay tuned, because Stacy has some other signs she wants to drop on us. This is the Small Business Report. We'll be right back.
Madison, the Black Eagle.
This is Karen Hunter.
This is Clay King.
Al Sharpton.
Hey, it's Laura Coates.
Hey, this is Godfrey. Sirius XM.
Urban View.
1, 2, 6.
Urban View is where Americans get to see what America is supposed to look like.
We are free to express our opinion as long as they're honest.
From sunup till sundown.
All are welcome, but be careful if you come in, because your life might be changed.
I'm super excited to be able to engage folks.
And that's what's happening right now.
Urban View.
Keep it real.
Channel 126.
Hello, this is Carl Brown, host of the Small Business Report on Sirius XM, channel 141, HUR Voices. Every Thursday at noon, we bring you the stories of small business owners and subject matter experts that can help you start, grow, or sustain your business. Please be sure to tune in every Thursday at noon on Sirius XM, channel 141, HUR Voices to hear the Small Business Report.
You know your body, and you know when something's off, when something doesn't feel quite right. Don't ignore symptoms like fatigue, joint pain, rashes, and fever. They could be signs of lupus. Listen to your body. Take care of yourself. We're here to help you take control of your health. Learn how at BeFierceTakeControl.org. Brought to you by the Lupus Foundation of America and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Hi, this is Jermaine Johnson, Regional President for PNC Bank. At PNC, we believe that we play an important role in building strong, vibrant, more self-reliant communities. Our responsibility to help drive meaningful change has never felt more important than in this moment. Visit pnc.com/diversity to learn more. The PNC Financial Services Group, Inc., all rights reserved.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141, powered by PNC Bank. Folks, we got Stacy Burnette on, and she is like dropping science, and they got plenty of money over at Comcast. And not only the money is good, but they are willing to help you with advertising and other things. So you really need to go to their website, ComcastRise.com, and see what is available to you as a small business. So, Stacy, let's also talk about internet services that you guys provide for small businesses.
So, Carl, in many ways, the internet, which is the world's largest library, the internet is a way to equalize the playing field, because if you're able to start a business online, you have access to the world, possibly. All you got to do is make sure people know about you, but your services can be, or your products can be available to the world if you get online and offer your services. And so one way that small businesses owned by people who don't have a lot of means, meaning low-income people of any color, race, background, low-income people can start a business and get internet service for a very low cost through Comcast's Internet Essentials program. And Internet Essentials is available to low-income people who receive any type of public assistance, or if they have a child who is in a Title I school, the school receives free lunch, or if they have, they receive Pell Grants. We just opened it up to anybody who receives Pell Grants. So students who are trying to start a business in their dorm rooms, anybody who's considered low income and receives some type of public assistance, you qualify for our Internet Essentials program, and you can get internet service for $9.95 a month. And so, yes, $9.95 a month. And so, again, it's a way for someone who doesn't have a lot of money to have access to the world's largest library and start their business on their own in their home, and not pay lots of money for internet.
Now that is phenomenal, because I can tell you a lot of people start their businesses where? In their home.
That's right.
You've heard the home, the garage, or some other place, the basement, and you're providing internet services for them. Now, let me tell you, when the pandemic hit, those businesses that were able to pivot and go on the internet to market their products and services are the ones that really were able to survive. And not only that, some of our clients have come back to us and said, not only have I been able to survive this pandemic, I've made more money this year or last year than I've ever made before, because they were able to pivot and go online. So This is a program that is really beneficial to that community.
So let me share this with you, because I don't want to give the impression that you're going to get the fastest speeds on earth for $9.95 a month. This would be something that would be starter for a business, because if you start getting lots of business, you'll have to upgrade to one of our higher speeds because of the volume of business you're getting. But this is a perfect program for families who are not connected to the internet, who have children, who need to communicate with healthcare providers, who want to communicate with their families. There are still thousands of people in the United States that are not connected to the internet. And that's why we created this program, to do what we could to end all this discussion about a digital divide or digital inequity. We want everyone to be able to afford internet service, and $9.95 is an affordable price.
Oh, it is. And like you said, there's still a lot of people. I interviewed Carla Hammond from Louisiana Small Business Development Center. In the rural parts of Louisiana, they don't have internet. So how do those folks get counseling services? They set up an 800 number so they can call in and talk to a counselor via the telephone. So, yeah, a lot of people found out, or we found out, that a lot of people were not on the internet and their kids weren't on the internet when they had to stay home and do homeschooling.
Right.
So a lot of kids were that digital divide was real because these kids didn't have a way to get on the internet. So this is a great program.
Yeah, and even though those residents that you talked about in Louisiana are able to get on a telephone and call, healthcare professionals can provide better services when they can see you, because they're making an assessment, not just on what you're saying out of your mouth. They're looking at you and making assessments so that they can give a proper diagnosis. So, video conferencing and having the ability to connect with someone via video is extremely helpful to healthcare providers. And so we're doing all we can to help more people get connected to the internet. And I said something wrong a few minutes ago, thousands of people. It's millions of people in the United States that aren't connected to the internet. And so it's a problem that was highlighted during the pandemic, because it's been that way for decades now.
Oh, it has. And the Telecommunications Act is trying to level that playing field with the
new programs.
With new programs. So hey, let's go back to the RISE grant. Concerning the RISE Marketing, Advertising, and Technology Awards, have any businesses in the DMV received those?
Oh, definitely. In the District, Maryland, Virginia area, we have 176 recipients have received services by way of the program, and 24 were in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
And so, and again, all over the country, it's about 4,000. So we're hoping more people will continue to take advantage of this opportunity. Right now, it's my understanding it'll be available until 2022, but I wouldn't wait until 2022 to apply.
Yeah.
I would apply right away.
Yeah, because we found that with the PPP and the EIDL, folks waited, and then guess what? What happened? There was no money left.
Yeah, you can't wait.
You can't wait. You got to jump on these things, So what are you doing to make sure that small businesses owned by people of color in D.C. or outside of D.C. are aware of the amazing opportunity to receive a $10,000 grant outside of being on the Small Business Report, because that's a wonderful thing right there?
Definitely. So we're partnering with organizations across the United States. We have commercials on radio, on television. We also partner with thousands of small, chambers of commerce, with religious organizations, with business improvement districts, with just all kinds of organizations to make sure the word is out. And in Washington, D.C., we're walking through business districts, handing out business cards that have information about the program, because sometimes everybody's not connected to the internet. And maybe the parents who own a small business like a barbershop, they may not be connected to the internet, but their kids are. So if we give them something in their hand and it says, go to this website, their kids can say, oh, I'll get you there. I'll help you get on that website. So we're using a number of communications means, as well as reaching out to people we know, politicians, community leaders, everybody we can think of. We're trying to let them know that these sources are available for small business owners who are owned by people of color.
Well, we definitely blasted it out to our, we got about 5,000 or 6,000 people in our database. But SBDCs across the country, we have close to 1,000 offices in all 50 states. And then we're in Guam, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and, we're there and everywhere. So in Puerto Rico, but right in the States, we are in every state with close to 1,000 offices. So we could definitely partner with you guys and get that word out. So we got less than a minute, Stacy. Give them that website again. I'm sorry, because time goes by so quick.
Yeah, it does. And I've so enjoyed being on the show with you. So to get information about the Comcast Rise program, go to ComcastRise.com, ComcastRise.com.
So, hey, Stacy, thank you so much for being on the program. It's been a pleasure, and Comcast has been out there in the front working with small businesses around the country, and I definitely appreciate you being on the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dealing with car repairs can feel like a lose-lose situation. The hassle, the headaches, the cost, it's just too much. That's why I called CarShield. They're helping me save time and money. It's a win-win. CarShield's administrators make everything super easy. They handle the paperwork and expensive payments so I don't have to. CarShield saves me thousands, and I get to choose the mechanic to do the work. CarShield's administrators take care of the rest. Plans from CarShield even provide coast-to-coast roadside assistance, rental coverage, and trip reimbursement, all at no additional charge. CarShield has monthly coverage options to fit your budget, and they've helped over 1 million drivers. CarShield is a win-win. They help get me back on track when I'm in a pinch, and I'm not on the hook to pay thousands. Get coverage today and see why CarShield cars go farther. Visit carshield.com/report to save 10%. That's carshield.com/report. A deductible may apply.
Every 14 seconds, someone, somewhere, learns they have breast cancer, the most commonly diagnosed cancer worldwide. The Breast Cancer Research Foundation unites the best minds in science. A global team collaborating across disciplines and pursuing their boldest ideas. The scientists we support have been involved in every major breakthrough in breast cancer research. Our progress can be measured in millions of survivors. By investing in every aspect of breast cancer research, we're deepening our understanding of how cancer begins and why it sometimes spreads. Only with your help can we maintain our progress. Only by saving research now can we save lives tomorrow.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on SiriusXM, channel 141, powered by PNC Bank. Now, folks, I know you were listening to that cut, Untamed by Marcus Miller. That's another cat from Rochdale Village, Jamaica, Queens. And I got my man Barry B. Mixon on, another cat from, he ain't from Rochdale, but close to it. But we went to IS 72 together, junior high school. So we're going to be talking about what a gemologist and a storyteller is. So Welcome to the show, Barry. Thank you for being on the Small Business Report.
Wow. It's a pleasure. You know how people always say that when they start off, but truly it's a pleasure and honor to reach this point in my life to go back. I haven't seen this brother since junior high school. And I don't know how old he is. I'm still young. I'm 60, you know what I'm saying? So this is like a birthday gift. I will be 61 next month. So to be here, I'm back in New York right now. I just took some advanced training in high-end watches from Christie's Education. And at the same time, Gemmological Institute of America, taking some high-end level classes in gemmology and gem identification, which is what I do.
Man,
so it's a pleasure to be here.
What is a gemologist? Because I teased them with the cut, clarity, color, carat thing. You know, that's what they hear, the 4 C's.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. A gemologist is basically someone who studies gemstones, precious metals, and fine jewelry. For most people, it's just really gemstones. I mean, we do get training with those, but most of your jewelers in the jewelry stores, Zales, Whitehall, Jarrett's, they specialize in just one thing. But gemology really encompasses that whole field.
So, you know, the audience can't see your logo, but can you talk about that?
Basically, what I do, I'm a gemmological storyteller. So this logo is the symbol of my company. Actually, it's on my ring. It's actually on my neck. It is a Celtic symbol, which actually means eternity. And the gemstones, you can't see the ruby and the emerald, but it's ruby in the 12 o'clock position. Ruby in the 12 o'clock, emerald on the 6 o'clock position. To my right is citrine, which is quartz, and then sapphires. And in the middle, of course, the king of all gemstones, diamonds and gold.
There you go. Yes.
And the whole world, the whole history of mankind really revolves around these gemstones. So, and most gemstones were used long before they became jewelry. They were used for their healing properties. So, so what I do is as a gemmological storyteller, what I do is I talk about the art, science, history, and magic of gemstones. And I teach people to use that information to empower them to discover the value of their own stories.
Now that's powerful. So let me ask you now, how did you get into being a gemologist and a storyteller? Because those are both powerful industries.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm the only, if you Google gemmological storyteller, and my students ask me all the time, I'm pretty much the only one. Like the first 10 entries is me. How I got into it, believe it or not, I was homeless in 1992 in Chicago, Illinois. I mean, you know, I'm from New York, Marine Corps, the whole thing. I was homeless. I was living in the streets, garbage cans, dumpsters, abandoned buildings for a year. And I had this book called As a Man Thinketh. And there was this one section in the book that I would read each and every day. And that book taught me the power of storytelling. And I made a promise to God that if I ever got out of homelessness, which there were many, many, many days that I thought it was never going to happen, that I would help people, as many people I could, discover their own value, because I didn't know my value. You know, I had gone through a lot. My mom was alcoholic and everything else. So then I joined Toastmasters. I competed. I've won championships. I went to the World Championship of Public Speaking. And then I kind of got into, that's the reason why I got into gemology. Like the universe just led me to that. And then I began to make the connection between gemstones and people, because all the same characteristics that many of the same characteristics that you see in gemstones, you see in people. But yet we treat gemstones, if I say diamonds, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, and pearls, you know, whether you own them or not, you know what I'm talking about.
Right,
but
right.
Everyone doesn't know. If I say Carl Brown, I mean, lots of people know you, but Carl Brown, if you knew what I knew about Carl Brown, you'd be like, oh my God, you was with Carl Brown, Rochdale Village, Carl Brown? Oh man, what was that like? And the only difference between this diamond and you is that people know the story of this diamond, so they know the value. They know the value. So my tagline is, discover the value of your own story. And that's what I do for corporations, small businesses, get them to understand and be able to tell their own story.
Man, that is so powerful, Barry. I'm telling you, man, that is so powerful. I couldn't even imagine what it would be like to be homeless, man. But, you know, and then to go from that to, you know, holding and carrying around diamonds, rubies, pearls, sapphires, citrine, all of these emeralds. I mean, these things, man, that is powerful, man. And that's why we bring people like you on the show, because we're showing that small businesses that there is hope. There's not hopelessness. There's hope. And because you didn't see your value at one point in time, you know, a lot of people don't. Because, you know, a lot of people ask me, Carl, how many small businesses fail? Well, 95% of them, you know, because they give up too easily. You know, they think, oh, I'm going to open up a small business and I'm going to hit a home run. No, you hit a lot of foul balls and you strike out a lot.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that's just the way it is. Yeah. I mean, you know, we try to level the playing field and give you direction so that there's a lot of those mines, loopholes, you know, the different obstacles on your path. We try to smooth that out and help you out with, you know, our education, knowledge, and wisdom as small business development centers. We have all these counselors that have gone down a lot of those paths, that have gone in those holes in the ground, those mines, those obstacles, and have, you know, forged a way. And we try to impart that knowledge. So, Barry, let's talk about this, man. That is powerful. So storytelling, how, you know, I mean, I saw the Superman video you sent me, and that thing was just unbelievable.
And you know what that came, you know what, I can answer to what you was just talking about, the power of storytelling businesses and that video. For the audience doesn't know, there's different Toastmasters, there's different contests in Toastmasters International organization, 300,000 members, and there's like 4 contests. You have evaluation, table topics, extemporaneous speaking, humorous speech contest, and then the international speech contest. This was for the humorous speech contest, where you have to speak for at least 5 minutes, but 7 minutes and 30 seconds to say something funny. I had been trying to win that for 5 years. Now, I never tried it, because every time, you know how you have your girlfriend and you do this speech you think is awesome, and your girlfriend looks at you like, I thought you said it was supposed to be funny. And I'm like, oh, man. So 5 years. But what got me was the story, the basic story. I won't do the whole speech, but I began, one day we got into an argument, and I'm 6'1", you know, Marine Corps. And then she's like 5'2", and she was all up on me. And I'm thinking, I bet you if I was the Hulk, it wouldn't even made a difference to you. She was like, nope. And that's when I started thinking that none of the superheroes are married, none of the classic superheroes. And you know why? Because like I said, the moment that your woman knows that you can jump tall buildings in a single bound, that you can stop trains, you can more powerful than a locomotive, that means that everything that needs to be lifted in the house, you got to do it.
That's right.
You know, and you know, when you Batman, you can't come home late at night, tell her, you know, I was stopping a bank robber. Your woman's gonna be like, and it took you this long, right? So that was so the best stories. Speaking to the business, the most powerful thing in the world is understanding stories. We are genetically predisposed to understand stories. Carl, as soon as your mother said, Carl, yes, mommy, once upon a time, you're like, okay, a story's coming. Yeah. So, and then within that story, you can do you can do characters, your characters win, your characters lose. So imagine if you put yourself and understand that you're in your own story. You're the hero of your own story. And so when you have a business, that's not just a business. Just tell me a business, Carl. I can create a whole 1 minute story about create a business. Just tell me a business.
Consulting.
Consulting what? Consulting what?
Small businesses.
Okay, small businesses. Okay. You're a small business consultant. What you really are, Carl, is you're the guy who organizes all the superheroes. You got laundry man over here. You got barbershop man over here. You got several restaurant man, Chinese restaurant man, barbecue restaurant man, Jamaican restaurant man. And what you have to do, your job as the consultant for superhero is every superhero has to tell their story. That means their costume has to fit. Their Jamaican barbecue man, he might have a thing as a young man, Jamaica, I'm a superhero, So whatever. So therefore, when you understand that you're the hero of your own story, you're not just doing a business. You're doing the same thing Superman does. You're doing the same thing Iron Man does. You're creating something, and that's your power. And that's how you are unique, because you're the only one that can tell that story.
Well, look, we got to go to break. We'll be right back. This is the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141.
Get your classic soul and Motown in Soul Town. For the Detroit sound of Aretha. To the Memphis soul of Al.
Let's stick together.
Or the funk of James.
Wow, I feel good.
And the hallway harmony of the Supremes. Make sure you stop.
Gonna put it on Soul Town.
In Soul Town, Channel 49.
Hi, this is Jermaine Johnson, Regional President for PNC Bank. At PNC, we believe that we play an important role in building strong, vibrant, more self-reliant communities. Our responsibility to help drive meaningful change has never felt more important than in this moment. Visit pnc.com/diversity to learn more. The PNC Financial Services Group, Inc., all rights reserved.
Dealing with car repairs can feel like a lose-lose situation. The hassle, the headaches, the cost, it's just too much. That's why I called CarShield. They're helping me save time and money. It's a win-win. CarShield's administrators make everything super easy. They handle the paperwork and expensive payments so I don't have to. CarShield saves me thousands, and I get to choose the mechanic to do the work. CarShield's administrators take care of the rest. Plans from CarShield even provide coast-to-coast roadside assistance, rental coverage, and trip reimbursement, all at no additional charge. CarShield has monthly coverage options to fit your budget, and they've helped over 1 million drivers. CarShield is a win-win. They help get me back on track when I'm in a pinch, and I'm not on the hook to pay thousands. Get coverage today and see why CarShield cars go farther. Visit carshield.com/report to save 10%. That's carshield.com/report. A deductible may apply.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141. And folks, if you are not on the edge of your seat, you really need to get a life, because this is about it right here, right now. Me and Barry Mixon, this is a brother I went to junior high school with in Jamaica, Queens, IS 72. That is our school. I mean, what they call it? Benjamin
Schlesinger.
You know what, Barry? I still got my junior high school ring, brother. I still got the ring.
You know, one of the things about, I spent 14 years in the Marine Corps. I told you I was homeless for a year. One of the things that I'm so proud to be able to go back and relive things, because I lost everything in all my journeys and travels. So again, This is a momentous show to be back, to be in New York, to talk to my junior high school friend in New York. This is like this. I'm going to church tomorrow because I might go tonight. This is New York. They open all. I might have to go pray and thank somebody tonight. Okay, for me.
I thank God every day, man. Every day. Because He has been a guiding force in my life to guiding me through some bad situations and taking me to some great ones. And I've met good people, great people, wonderful people along the way, and you're one of them, man.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
But you know what? Let's talk about two things. First thing I want to talk about is how could folks get in touch with you? Because you are a master storyteller and a gemologist, so you can guide them on how to buy a diamond ring. Because a lot of people don't know. And they get robbed off, ripped off, and everything.
And it's so, like you said, emeralds, and you said diamonds. I would say diamonds are the king. You know what the real king of gemstones are? Emerald. Cleopatra. You know how Cleopatra really got her power? Because back in the day, up to maybe about 200 years ago, emeralds was the gemstone. So when Julius Caesar met Cleopatra, and she wasn't even fine. She was kind of heavy set, genetic, sleeping with your relative. But when Julius Caesar saw her and knew that this was the chick that owned all these emeralds, she was the richest woman in the world.
Wow.
She just walked in, voila. When you understand what jewelry has done historically throughout the world, that ring on your finger, you can be like, man, my baby bought me this. This is awesome. So if you're going to contact me, I'm on Facebook. Actually, I have a YouTube show called Gem Hunter Stories. My name, Barry B. Mixon. You can reach me at thegemhunter@mac.com. The THE gem, because my New York accent comes out. GEM hunter@mac.com.
Yeah, I'm the butcher of names, so I know I know the deal, man. I will butcher a name in a minute. So,
and I just want to just real quick, just want to say the small business people out there. Let me just give you encouragement. 29 years ago, I had nothing. I mean, I was literally sleeping in dumpsters, rats and everything. I had no family. I had no friends. I was messed up. Just, all kinds of stuff. And here I am today. This, if there's any doubt that you can do it, the only thing I use, nobody gave me the homeboy hookup. I understood the power of stories. That's what I did. That's what I learned. That's what's got me to. And when you understand your own value, it's like talking about a diamond, emerald, ruby, sapphire, pearl, diamonds.
Well, and I'm glad you said that, Barry, because that's what I wanted to talk about. Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted to talk about. I was in a meeting with an executive coach that coaches like the top 10% of America. These billionaire dudes that we all hear about, read about, and see on TV. She's their coach. And she said, I said, well, she was telling me that a lot of them have this, what is called the imposter syndrome, and I had never heard of that. And I can tell you without a doubt, homeboy to homeboy, Jamaica Queens all the way, I suffer from the imposter syndrome every single day. I swear to God, man. I call it is my motivating factor, my motivator to get out there and do more, because I don't think I'm doing enough. And, and open as many doors as I possibly can. I changed the whole dynamic on people. Is like, that whole thing about, well, I got mine, you go get yours. No, my mantra is this. I got mine, I'm going to help you get yours.
Exactly.
That is what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I suffer from it, and she's helping me come out of it. Because when you suffer from that, man, it's like you can never achieve anything. But you are achieving, and you like, well, that's not good enough.
Yep. I had I want people to know, I'm probably one of the only Marines in the whole Marine Corps that's never been drunk in his life. For me, it was my mom, okay? And God rest her, she did the best she could with the diseases she was going with. But, I was told that I was never going to be anything. So despite the fact that I had 3 degrees, I had flown, I was a navigator on C-130s in the Marine Corps. I had flown combat missions, Iraq, Afghanistan, everything else. And all that I had, I didn't know who I was.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts with understanding what is, and it's not some mystical, magical, understand your story. How did you get here? Because we've all watched movies and we saw lots of, let's not even talk about the regular movie. Let's talk about Superman. How many times have you seen a Superman movie facing against the obstacle that you're sitting there saying, damn, is Superman going to make it this? I don't think he's going to make it. But he finds a way. There's 7, let me just do real quick. There's 7 elements to every story. Sound, passion, the hero, the antagonist, which is the most important part of the story. Awareness, transformation, and then sound again. And when people call me or send me an email, I'll send you a post on that. But think about it. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker was nothing without Darth Vader.
Right.
So that thing that's kicking your butt, that's the motivating force. That's the thing that the universe is telling you what you're going to do. Now, you as Barry Mixon, no. But you as understanding the hero, I got to figure out a way.
That's right.
I got to figure it out. And that's what we expect when we go to the movies. You can do that. Once you understand your story, stories are stories. They all work the same way. So just pick a character, Iron Man, Superman, Black Panther, whoever you need to be to get you to the next level.
Man, I heard a story this week.
Mm-hmm.
We had a virtual conference, and this was a brother. I forgot his last name. Well, I forgot his name, period. But he was a football player, played for the Philadelphia Eagles, got traded to the Saints, and failed the physical, had to have open heart surgery. Because he failed the physical, the trade was negated, and he had to go back to Philadelphia. Right. Philly won the Super Bowl that year, and they gave him a ring, even though he didn't play.
They gave him a ring. Well, okay, all right, cool.
But, you know, I mean, hey, that's what you do, man. I mean, he was a dedicated player for 14 years. A long snapper in the NFL, 14 years, was going to play even more. You know, when he went to the Saints, he found out that he had a heart condition. Didn't know that beforehand. But we only got a couple minutes left. So this dude's story was so powerful because he told stories. And stories are very, very important. You know, gemology is important. If you want to buy a diamond ring, call Barry. He can help you out with all that. But understand that stories are important. You know, tell us why the stories are important, Barry.
Because there's only 3 things that a good story does. A good story is memorable, good story calls you to action, and most importantly, a good story makes you need to tell a friend. And if you understand that everything we do in our lives came from, we're genetically predisposed to understand stories. That's on one hand. On the other hand, everything you have done in your life came to you because of a story. I still see you talk about Brooklyn Tech. You went to Brooklyn Tech a million years ago.
Yeah, years.
When New York was still a colony, that's when you went to Brooklyn Tech, and you still talk about Brooklyn Tech like it was like yesterday. So,
that's right.
So if we're genetically predisposed to understand stories, and stories are everywhere, the most important thing you can ever do in your life other than eat and breathe and pray is tell a story.
That is so powerful, man. You know, I tell you, man, tell folks how you can get, because we got 30 seconds left, how they can get in touch with you.
Again, Barry Mixon. In fact, I'm going to give you my phone number, 773-793-1174. In the first 1 minute, I'll know whether you're real or not. So just let me know. Tell me you heard them on call, show, Small Business Report. And my email is thegemhunter@mac.com.
Well, look, man, thank you so much for being on the show. This is the Small Business Report. We'll be back next week with vital information for you to help you grow your business.
You've been listening to the Small Business Report, powered by PNC Bank, your weekly access to all the tools you need to succeed, with your host, Carl Brown, State Executive Director of the District of Columbia Small Business Development Center. Stay tuned to HUR Voices, Sirius XM, Channel 141, every Tuesday and Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and Fridays at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, for expert advice from business owners, subject matter experts, and government agencies. Each week, you'll learn tips on how to start, grow, and finance your business. The Small Business Report is supported by the DC Small Business Development Center, a partnership program nationally accredited by the Association of America's SBDCs, and funded by the U.S. Small Business Administration, Howard University, with Howard University serving as the network's headquarters. The Small Business Report on HUR Voices, Sirius XM Channel 141.